Welcome to the Report. Appreciate you guys taking this time to hear me out, wherever you are, however you may be listening. Usually we're not talking about baseball on this channel that much. I think the last time I covered a couple of baseball stories. Covered a couple. I was going to say the last time was probably during the bubble, but I just had to come on here for a hot second and show my LA Angels some love. Now, me personally, I know that the Angels have players like Ohtani and Mike Trout, but if you guys know me, you know that I'm not too big on just individuals. I'm more of a team guy. Yes, Trout is a great player. Ohtani is a great player, but it was hard to get behind the Angels. Well, not get behind them because I've always been a fan, but it was hard to really get into Ohtani and Trout because the Angels as a team was just so terrible. And not terrible as in, Oakland A's type record, Kansas City Royals type record, but just because of the talent that they have, and they can never seem to do anything with the talent. They can never seem to turn that into playoffs, turn that into World Series, more specifically 2020. We were just talking about 2020 and the during COVID when they had the 60-game sprint, 60 games, and they also added more playoff spots during that season. They added more playoff spots, and it was 8 spots each in each league, 8 in the NL, 8 in the AL. And I'm thinking, okay, for sure the Angels are good enough to grab one of these playoff spots, for sure. I think I remember making a bet with someone for a burrito or something like, yeah, of course the Angels going to get to the playoffs. And the Angels ended up not making the playoffs, where there were 8 available spots for them. And I'm just like, I can't with this team. I just cannot with this team. Like, how do you not make the playoffs with Ohtani and Trout, and you have 8 spots available? Even Miami made it to the playoffs. The White Sox, who were on the rise, made it to the playoffs. There's no reason the Angels should have missed the playoffs, but they did. But and you know what I'm saying? Even in 2018, when we first got Ohtani, the Angels, they had a good little start. But this is baseball. This is 162 games normally, and they were like 13-1 or 13-2 or something like that. They had a really good record, and then it all just went downhill really fast. I think the same thing just happened for them every year. They get up to these solid starts, and they would just crash. They would either, have a hard time getting back above water in terms of their record, and it just wouldn't manifest anything. But I do got to say this, with all of that said, this year feels different. This year feels different. Currently, at the time of recording this, the team, let's go to their record. Let's go to the Angels' record here. We'll go back. Well, first, let's look at Ohtani's home run. Let's go look at his home run for a second. They did just play. Well, no, let's go to the record first. Let's go to the standings. Go to the standings. Split screen this, John. Go to the standings, and if you look at the Angels right here, they are do that 39-32. Now, the reason I feel good about this record is because they didn't get out to this dominant start and then collapse, like this small dominant start. They usually collapse much earlier than this right here. Like, this is their best start. And how many games is this? 71 games. This is their best start, 71 game start since like 2012. So usually I'm off the Angels right now, and I just casually watch as we pass the time for football season. And I did watch their game today against the Texas Rangers. I watched that entire series, actually, because I just really couldn't. Happy for Denver, but just really couldn't get into the NBA Finals like I thought I would be able to, just because Denver just dominated. But so this is promising because they haven't been dominating, and this team hasn't taken off, and this team hasn't taken off the Rangers, who are not a really surprise team because I believe they did make some moves in the off season in terms of building, and they do have. I don't know if Corey Seager was there last year, but Corey Seager has always been one of my favorite guys in baseball, and the Rangers have Corey Seager. That's one player I wish the Angels Angels have. But nevertheless, we have who we have, and I think we have a good enough team to make a run this year. But it's a promising start because they are where they are, and we're in the middle of June, and I think this like I said, this just feels different. And watching them today, even in the 4-game series in general against the Rangers, they won that series 3-1, and we go to the wild card standings. The Angels are just 1 game behind the Yankees for that final wild card spot, and they are well, not even a game behind the Yankees. They are 1 game, two in a loss column, but 1 game behind for the wild card spot, 4.5 behind the Orioles for that first wild card spot, but still very much, like I said, it's very, of course, let's just say that, very early in the season. Very early in the season. You never know what can happen. Of course, it's a long season, but they're still even in it for the division lead against the Rangers, and it's well within reach. We've seen teams come back from 9.5 games to win the division, so they're very much alive for that. But all in all, I was just really pleased with what I've been seeing from them so far this season. I did go to a game a couple weeks ago, took my nephew to his first baseball game. Pretty boring. They lost 2-0 to Miami, who also has been on a little hot streak lately, the Miami Marlins, who I do like. But good seeing the Angels perform the way that they performed today against the Rangers. I did want to show that play against Texas. Let's go to that play really quick as we go to teams. Angels, seeing that home run. I thought that was really cool. Full screen this Take it back. This play right here.
Here's a high fly ball left center field. He's done it again. Shohei gives the Angels a 5-2 lead. Uncle, how did he hit the ball that far to get it? Same spot. Just so we show that power, Shohei Ohtani.
I mean, yeah, Ohtani, man, he has been the man for the Angels. He has been the man for baseball just in general. He's been on a tear, and I'm just glad that the actual play from the rest of the team is translating into victory, because last year it was hard getting behind this team. It was very difficult getting behind this team because they were not, you know what I'm saying, the play that Ohtani was displaying. He was in the All-Star game, very popular on the cover of MLB, on the video game cover, but then they finished like 73. They finished 73 and 89. Finished 73 and 89. Got up to a mini good start. They were 8-5, and then it just 15 and 9, 18 and 11, and it just went downhill from there. It went downhill from there. They were 27 and 17, and then they went on. Yes, I remember this now. What is it? 1, 2, 3. Let's show this right here. This is what I'm talking about. They were 27 and 17, as you can see, last season, and then they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games in a row. And they were 27 and 31, and they could never really recover after that. That's the first half right there. Second half, they were 39 and 54. Like I said, yeah, they could never recover. Look at that 4-game winning streak, nothing over 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that was the end of the season when they got on that little streak right there, and they could not recover after that 14-game slide. So good to see them doing what they're doing now. Let's see who they have upcoming. So they should be able to continue to try and pull away as we see who they have upcoming. They just beat the Rangers 3-1 in the 4-game series, only losing that game Wednesday. Now they have Kansas City, a team that's not good. They hopefully they can sweep the series, but 2 out of 2, they shouldn't get swept, and they shouldn't drop 2. They need to win this series. They can split against the Dodgers. Of course, I would like for them to win all of these games, but they have a Rockies team who's not very good, a White Sox team who is in a weak division who's not very good, a really good Diamondbacks team in the month of starting the month of July. Then they have a mediocre right now Padres team. Then the Dodgers, Ben Scully again right here, and yeah. I don't think that's All-Star break as of yet, but let's see. Astros, Yankees, of course, this season you play every single team. And I was a guy who always thought, why didn't baseball already have this implemented? You have 162 games, and you're not playing every single team. Didn't make any sense to me. But then I know that I'm not a baseball expert aficionado or anything. But then, of course, I saw that, they split things into leagues. You know what I'm saying? You have the AL MVP, your NL MVP, so why should you play the majority of NL teams if you're AL teams and vice versa? But they're doing it this year, and I really like that because you get to go to every ballpark, and every ballpark gets to come to you. I went to a Marlins game, like I said, Angels game. Marlins came into town. Thinking about probably going to. I usually go to Oakland every year, so I might be going to Oakland to see them play the A's. What is it? One last time before the A's moved to Vegas? I'm not sure, but yeah. Like I said, when you look at this format, when you see it the way that it is, of course, this is going to be a tough series, but you know what I'm saying? The Astros are not unbeatable. The Yankees, the Pirates, the Tigers, I was about to say Raptors, the Blue Jays, the Braves, Seattle. Man, the Angels, I feel good about this season. They can make a push, especially playing these NL Central teams. And we know that the NL Central is not a good division at all. Even the I was gonna say AL Central, but even the NL Central, both Central divisions. When you look at it, look at this: 35 and 34. Both Central divisions are not good at all. Look at these records. You got the worst team in baseball right here, the Kansas City Royals. And then they got some more NL Central teams. They just have to win these games, 34 and 33, 34 and 34. I do like the Pirates. I hope they win the division. I also like the Cubs. I wouldn't be mad if they win the division. But every team in this division is still alive. Even these Cardinals, who are surprising with 27 and 42. Every time I look at them, they're always making a push. Not sure how they are always doing what they're doing, but it looks like it's catching up with them this year. And the Dodgers, of course. But yeah, the Angels should be able to make a push. So I'm very happy with what I'm seeing from them. As we take a look to see who is it. That's MLB schedule. We'll go back to the Angel schedule. Anaheim, Kansas City tomorrow, as we said, right? Kansas City tomorrow. And who do they have? I was over there. Yeah, they have just the Angels pitcher. They have Sandoval. Yeah, Sandoval on the mound. Haven't seen this guy pitch. 0-1, 9 ERA last 7 days. So they should, you know what I'm saying? That's not even important. He's 3-6 on the season for about 2 years. Ohtani doesn't pitch again until the 23rd against Colorado. But you know what I'm saying? They should. This is a favorable schedule to end the month of June. The Angels should be well above 500 as we enter in July. Well, yeah, as we enter in July, they should be above. They should be above 500. Well on their way. Like I said, it's still a long season, but this feels different. Anyway, appreciate you guys for taking this time to hear me out. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about the Angels so far in the season. So far, I'm loving it. Again, just beat the Texas Rangers, the best team in the AL West, in a 4-game series. Won 3 out of 4. Up next, Kansas City, then the Dodgers, Rockies, White Sox, Diamondbacks, Padres, Dodgers again, and so forth, so forth. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see you soon. Peace.